Hey guys, welcome to this Warriors review. My name is Kia, and this is the first installment of a weekly Warriors review that I'll be doing just about the previous games, lineups, and just news throughout the week um, that the club have announced or any sort of thing like that. So, just to get straight into it, this week is round 10 in the NRL. It's Magic Round. All 16 clubs, including the Warriors, will be playing their fixtures at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane in Australia. So it's a pretty exciting round that everybody looks forward to and should be pretty fun. This week the Warriors are playing the South Sydney Rabbitohs, um, which should be a really exciting game. It's always a game that it's a crowd pleaser and never seems to disappoint. The past couple of years have been pretty good hitouts between the two sides. Um, and yeah, this year should be pretty awesome too. I think the Warriors coming off a pretty embarrassing loss against um, the Sharks, to say the least. Uh, Down to 12 men, the Sharks were for 64 minutes. Then for 10 minutes of the match, being down to 11, where the Warriors failed to execute and really provide any sort of pressure or go forward momentum and just fell off the trot from there onwards. This week is a pretty big week. Uh, Ex Warriors half Cody Nakarima has signed with the South Sydney Rabbitohs, effective immediately for the rest of the 2022 NRL season and a player option for the 2023 season. Cody, who's already started training with the South Sydney Rabbitohs this week, left the club for the reasons being the club had two incoming halves prior to Tuesday coming to the club next year, and Luke Metcalf from the Cronulla Sharks and Ronald Volkman from the Sydney Roosters, which changed, like I said, on Tuesday when Ronald Volkman um, was brought to the club early, and he's already started training with the club as well. And previously, last year, the club had Sean O'Sullivan, who was a backup half for Shana Harris-Tavita, and whoever made up for that week and was playing there. So the past couple of seasons haven't really been solidified and half speaking, but coming into this season, there was Sean Johnson, Shana Harris Tavita, himself, Cody Nakarima, and Ash Taylor, also with the new acquisitions and Luke Metcalf, and then later on Ronald Volkman. So a really huge stack of halves at the club, and I think Cody just thought it was time to move on. He didn't really want to be in a rat race for that number 7 jersey anymore. But surprisingly, Cody decided to leave early and not play out the rest of his contract with the club. And in other news, we'll take a look at this week's lineup for the Warriors. Um, we got Reece Walsh at fullback, the wingers Dylan Watini-Zelezniak, Marcelo Montoya, centres William Iwalia, Adam Pompey, and the halves you got Deja Nasi and Sean Johnson. Front row, up front, we got Adam Fanua Blake and Matt Lodge. Back row is Ewan Aitken. And this is a big one, guys. Really excited for this one, and I'm sure all fans are as well. The return of Captain Tohu Harris. That's a big acquisition for the Warriors. Tohu coming back into the side. He brings a lot of calmness, go forward, patience, and just overall leadership. He's a really great defensive player. And I think he's going to bring a lot back to the side this week against the Rabbitohs. In the middle, we got Wade Egan and Jazz Tawanga, and then the benches Aaron Pene, Ben Murdoch, Masila, Bunty Afoa, and Jack Murchie. Extended bench Ali Katoa, Rocco Berry, Pride Peterson, Rabadi, Edward Kossi Jr. Ratuba. And guys, I know they're not in the starting 17, but this is an exciting one. In the squad already, Ronald Volkman, and another exciting signing that we need to talk about. So, coming mid season with Ronald Volkman is another young, exciting player who signed from the South Sydney sorry, the Sydney Roosters and Freddie Lussick. So he's played about 20 NRL games for the Roosters and the Dragons, who he went on loan with last year. So he's a really exciting young hooker, and he signed with the club for the rest of the season. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see if he cracks it into first grade. With his time at the club, with you got Wade Egan, and then young Ali Katoa, also Jazz Savanga, who can cover at hooker, and now Freddie Lussick, who is a pretty handy replacement for Cody Nikorima. In saying that, going back to Cody Nikorima, he has actually made the starting 17 side for the Rabbitohs, so really surprising. One week he's the Warrior, the next week he's a Rabbitoh playing against the Warriors, so that's going to be exciting. Kind of like a grudge match. He's just left his club and his new club. He's joined and he's playing his old club, so, which is really ironic. Saying that he did that in 2019 when he joined the club, and I think 1 or 2 weeks later the club played his former club, the Broncos. So yeah, pretty ironic. But I think the boys, they'll be excited for this one. Cody, kind of weird. The last couple of years he's been at the club, through the COVID times, and really bonded with the boys over the past couple of years. I think so. It's gonna be a big one. He knows a lot of the Warriors plays, and he'll know a lot about what the side do. So I think the Warriors gonna have to change a couple of things up, and Cody will also be a good um, piece of information to his new South Sydney teammates um, on his former club. Anyway, guys, just like to say thanks for listening. Thanks for watching my video. Everyone's have a good weekend, and go the Warriors.